going. Hey, ladies and gentlemen, boys and berries, it's me, Bradley G, Magic Brad, the man, the myth, the legend, and we've got Elizabeth Peak and Casey Peak, and today we're going to be talking about grief. So let me have a chair, and let's talk with these people about healing grief, micro and macro.
Micro and macro, yes.
Oh, sit back. I mean, let's be able
Yeah,
to
sit
see
back.
it.
Look comfortable.
Okay.
Relax.
Okay, relax a little bit. I'm not used to this. I don't do these.
Yeah, we do this every week. So, Brad and I are old hat in regards to kind of winging it and talking about what we need to talk about.
Yeah, so
When I talk to people about these, they're doing the videos and stuff, they always get self-conscious. Just like with photography, they put a camera up, all of a sudden, oh my God, do I look okay? But they walk to Walmart wearing their pajamas and fuzzy slippers, they don't care. But you put a camera in front of them, it's a whole other world.
then it's reflected back to them.
Yeah.
And go, oh, I'm not comfortable with that.
No,
Let's talk about that for 1 second. Feeling comfortable in your own skin, because I think that is part of the reason why in grief rituals, I think that's part of the reason why we do things like this, is to feel comfortable in our own skin.
Well, a lot of times the trauma that we have held, and possibly we don't even recognize it as trauma, it's just wells up in us. And then the next thing you know, we're crying over, the spilt milk, and we don't realize.
Or in your case, running over
a turtle.
baby turtle, and you cry.
That's what I was thinking about yesterday. I was like, I posted that video about running over the turtle, and I was like, oh, I have a lot of emotions right now. I need to work with all of these emotions and all this energy. I've been feeling a lot of grief, and it's not just for myself. It's not just for the things I've experienced. I really am feeling more and more of the collective grief. I feel like that's a thing right now, where we're all feeling it. We're feeling it for the wars that are happening. We're feeling it for the election that's happening. We're feeling it from the post-traumatic stress of having a pandemic. It's intense. And today I dropped my two of my littlest kids off to school for the first time, and I'm sitting here going, I don't even know what to do. I have so many feelings right now. It's overwhelming.
Well, those things happen because they are situations that happen to you. Like, we use the traumatic experience of crushing a turtle. You felt bad because the turtle got crushed. But that's just the turtle's body. It's the turtle's meat suit. The soul of the turtle lives on. So you didn't do anything.
Yeah.
I just felt so bad because of the waste of it too.
But there was no waste. Look at the crows and stuff that are going to feast on.
Oh, well, I guess
Would you have felt better if you stopped and grabbed a turtle and made turtle soup?
Yeah, that sounds absolutely horrific. But
Turtle soup is tasty though.
Well, anyways.
Oh my God, that sounds horrific.
When Casey and I get together, we often sidetrack and we end up doing an hour when we're going to try and do 7 minutes. So
Yes, and this is not going to be a separate.
No, not an hour.
What we're doing here is talking a little bit about this grief ritual. They're looking to do more of these. They did one earlier, and now we're doing one again. They're doing one again. I'm helping promote it. And my point is for anybody that's scared, because if they have a situation that happened, a traumatic situation that's causing grief in their life, it might be something small that they're escalating and making it big, and now they're afraid of exposing themselves at this retreat. Even though it's an affordable thing and there's going to be some fun and some camaraderie and some community and all that stuff, they may be hesitant to sign up for something like this because, oh my God, I don't want to expose myself and I'll start crying in front of all these people I don't know. It might be something small.
It might be.
And then when you heal that grief, it may be something huge. Like before we did the video here, I was talking about, I came from alcoholic parents, so mom was yelling at me for wasting money by leaving the door open. That might have been a really small thing, but to me, it was traumatic because she was yelling at me and she was drunk and I got scared. And now maybe that's affecting me. I can't waste any money. I can't really invest in this retreat because I don't have enough in my bank account. So I would be hesitant because of that belief that I had that wasn't true.
Yeah.
She was just drunk and telling me what to do. That's what drunk people do, right?
Right.
I'm still alive. I'm not dead, so she didn't really hurt me. But I turned a molehill into a mountain.
Well, it's the subconscious programming. that
Yeah.
we've
Exactly.
Experienced. Yes.
Exactly. So if anybody's thinking about this grief situation and they want to heal something, maybe there's some kind of block that they had, rather than going to Costa Rica and spending $6,000 to move a block, they can go to Glencoe, Minnesota.
Yes. This is going to be such a sweet little retreat. We're going to be at this old house in Glencoe. It's like from the 1800s, and the woman who owns this place has fixed it up. So it just feels so comfortable, and we're going to have basically like adult sleepover style, right? Oh, look at that! I have a video.
I flip the mic over on you to make sure, because I'm loud, I project.
That works good.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it works really well for me.
Yeah, so it'll be adult sleepover style, and we're gonna have first night we're gonna have a little potluck where everybody brings something, and we're getting to know each other. But then the next day we're gonna be going inward, and we're gonna be talking about and we're going to be doing some ritual of grief, creating grief bundles, preparing for the ritual. That night we're going into the ritual. So it's
we're
an
building a what they call an earth shrine.
yes, and
Yeah.
an
It's
ancestor
a
shrine.
community. Yeah, it's a community activity. There's going to be some drumming that's going to be involved. They do what they call in the Dagara tribe the fire rhythm.
I
Yeah.
wanted to put something on here. I forgot there's a domain name for the Synergy Retreats.
Yeah,
So
put
I
that
don't know
on.
about that.
1 second. Let me put this up here so that you guys can find
You
out.
on
where this is.
TikTok, you will not be able to see this easily. This is something that is going to be on Streamer. However, if you guys want this, it is inside your profile, right?
And yeah, just go to my profile, and it's micoshift.com/griefheal. That's the website. So we'll see if TikTok flags that because I said a website. They don't like that sometimes.
They don't like that. Yeah,
It's kind of annoying.
I was avoiding.
Well,
some
I would
of it,
just
but
say, go to Michael Shift.
Yeah.
MYCO Shift.
Yeah.
And then there's a tab on there for events that'll take you to it as well.
That is a great way. Thank you.
Yeah,
I like the shortest path, the path of least resistance.
Absolutely.
there you go.
So let's talk a little bit about what kind of a ritual this is, because
Oh, I was gonna mention the people. Malidoma Somé is the guy that,
For those of you who can see that well, Maladona Somé back there.
and then Toby Christensen, well known. My wife keeps saying wonderful things about this man. You guys already know.
yes,
Mm-hmm.
And then there's Casey and Luke Peak. So that's what these three things are here. I wanted to say those words, Toby Christensen and Malidoma Somé and Casey Peak and Elizabeth Peak, so the algorithms pick up those words.
exactly.
Yeah.
So
That's the only reason I said it.
Maladoma has passed, so he is not present in this life at this point. The connection, though, is Maladoma wrote a book years ago called Of Water and the Spirit, and when I read that, I was very inspired, and I told my husband his story. My husband was in a shop one day and just happened to hear the same story being told back to him, and made the connection that Maladoma was actually coming to town. And within 2 weeks, I was able to, from that meeting, I was able to meet Maladoma Somé in person at an event in Minneapolis. And at that point, I just really, it really engaged for me that the things that he was talking about were real and true, and that it wasn't just some person that wrote a book, like this is real stuff. He passed away just a few months later, and that made me really sad because I had a bunch of questions for him. Like, I want to understand.
Oh yeah, she has so many questions.
I want to understand what it is to initiate someone from childhood into adulthood in the Western culture. I want to understand the Dagara tribe and some of the ways that they approach initiation. And so I had written him a letter, and I never heard back from him. He passed away literally the same week I wrote him a letter. One morning I woke up and I just had the impression, you need to contact Maladoma's friend. Maladoma's friend is Toby Christensen. I didn't know that yet. I went on Facebook and I was like, okay, let me find a friend of Maladoma's. That's what I'm hearing. I need to find a friend. And I saw Toby on there. I contacted Toby, and the rest is history. Like, I was able to I became friends with him. I really connected with him over some of the questions that I had. And as my husband and I have been pursuing our thing, I'm a photographer, but my husband's also an integration coach, and we do so much work helping people connect with their authentic self and really feel comfortable in their skin, like Casey was saying earlier. One of the aspects of that is working through these blocks that we have or the grief that we hold in our bodies. So moving forward, as we've talked to Toby, one of the things he wanted to emphasize for us and help us with is to start offering some sort of modality that did not include plant medicine, because plant medicine is what it is, and it can be a difficult thing to talk about. It can be a difficult thing for people to accept. And this particular grief ritual is an authentic African grief ritual. Toby has done about 100 of these.
It's important to note that whenever Malidoma started doing these in the States, it was him and his first wife, Sabofu, that started doing it. And Toby ended up meeting both of them separate from one another. But he met them very early on when they first started doing it. So Toby was one of their oldest friends here in the States, and Malidoma's best friend. And at one point was even adopted into the Dagara tribe. And so he is a Dagara tribe member and considered to be Malidoma's blood brother.
Yeah. So he though he's a white man from the Midwest, he actually knows what he's doing when it comes to these African grief rituals. There have been a lot of people that have been taught by Malidoma who are doing rituals around the States. Wow, I just got like the most intense ringing in my ear. That was so weird. Pressure change. It's still there.
Yeah.
I don't know what that was.
Means something.
Holy crap. I don't usually get ringing in my right ear. It's usually in my left. Oh my God. Okay. Don't know what that was. Maybe Malidoma's here right now. He's like, hey, listen to me. I don't even know what to say now. I got completely sidetracked.
We were talking about Toby, and we were talking about how Toby has been doing rituals here for a long time. And so I don't know where you were going with it, though.
I was just saying that they've been doing it for a long time. They've done this many, many times.
Yeah, and Toby's been doing it since the beginning. And as Toby's pointed out before, is that a lot, while, she did mention this, there's a lot of other people who do the rituals out there, but Toby has mentioned that most of the time whenever Toby asks people questions about the grief ritual and their preparation for the grief ritual, he finds that there's actually a lot of little pieces that they missed. And he said, and Toby's explanation of that is that Malidoma and Sabofu, both of them, they grew up so much with all this mystical stuff that was going on that they actually forget what we don't know here, because children over there end up learning about this stuff. Mm-hmm. And we don't know anything about it, and we're adults. So to them, we don't know things that even small children know.
Yes. Yeah, so things related to working with ancestors and such, there's just a lot of things that Westerners don't understand. And so Toby talks about how there's a lot of people that are doing these grief retreats that have been trained by Malidoma, but they're missing little pieces here and there because they've never actually visited the African tribes. They don't know what it looks like. They don't know what it feels like to actually be in a tribal scenario and tribal rituals. So if you've never read the book of Water and the Spirit, highly recommend reading Malidoma Some's book of Water and the Spirit. It talks a lot about these different rituals that they do in these African tribes. I know that things are shifting. There's a lot of culture that is being lost at this point because different elements are coming into those African nations, and specifically there's a lot of Muslims. And so there's new traditions being brought into these spaces, and a lot of the kids are getting more interested in technology than old belief systems that the Africans have. We're getting distracted.
So
by
kind of
this.
going, so kind of going,
Vators are cute.
so kind of going full circle on this, then if anyone's considering this type of situation and you're wondering what's to learn more about this thing, that's how you can contact Elizabeth on her TikTok channel, and you can contact us through this this video and all the different comment capabilities.
Yes.
And there's nothing to be afraid of. Like I said, it could be a little teeny tiny thing that seems really big,
Yes.
or it might be something that is really big that you just need to take a teeny tiny action to take care of it. And
Yeah.
that's my story, Martin Glory.
And if you happen to have any questions about any of this, feel free to reach out to any of the three of us and ask questions. Of course, Brad would probably just send you guys to us.
I would.
Yeah. I'm gonna check and see if we have any questions on TikTok.
Yeah.
Does anybody have any questions about any of this? I'm just looking through here because I don't think so. I don't think anybody's had any
Probably not,
questions.
just,
It's just, this is my
Check.
first,
No commentary?
no commentary. Does anybody have any questions about grief healing or any of the things we were talking about?
and you can leave
Yeah.
the comments on YouTube, and that'll be there forever.
Absolutely.
Sweet.
Is there anything else? you wanna
It's
close this out?
October 25th through the 27th of this year in Glencoe, Minnesota. It's only $600. It includes food and board.
Yeah.
So this is the cheapest we will
Food
ever do
and
it.
lodgings.
It's very inexpensive. This is pretty much just covering our expenses at this point. We need at least 10 people to be able to actually even do this retreat, because it is a community tribal kind of retreat. Like, we have to have enough people for the ritual. So if this sounds like something that you'd be interested in, resonates with you even a tiny bit, just give us a message and we'll give you the information. Or you can go to Myco Shift and find it in the events tab.
Yep, and that's MYCO. Myco, like mycology. Myco Shift, and then you can figure out the rest.
You can find us on these videos because they're on the internet, and we trust that you guys have the savvy to figure things out.
There is one last thing I would add. So,
Okay.
Toby Christensen, like, one thing to know about him is this man has traveled all over the world in search of tribalistic rituals from literally from every civilization all over the world. And he has stated that this is the most powerful ritual he's ever been a part of. He said it's more powerful than any of the initiations he's done, more powerful than a lot of the magical rituals he's been a part of, more powerful than the vision retreats and all that kind of stuff that he's been a part of. He said this is literally the most powerful ritual that he has ever seen, and it changes people's narratives overnight. They show up, they have this immense amount of pain or grief, or participate in helping somebody else clear immense amount of pain and grief, and then once it's gone and it's been purged and it's been cleared, they're like new people the very next day.
Ta-da.
Yep.
Is this a wrap?
That's
It's
right.
a wrap.
Thank you.
Ta-da. Okay. I'm
It's a
gonna
wrap,
turn this
not
off.
the rhyming kind
You can, however.
though.
Okay, that's it.
All right.
Casey Peak, Elizabeth Peak.
Peace
Healing
out.
Grief Retreat. Peace, love, and happiness. Enjoy the rest of the day. Be good, be kind, be nice. Did I say be nice?
Yeah.
Be nice.